yes, we do give thanks for life and a mighty definitely. As we give thanks for the music that vibrates vibrational frequencies, we do give thanks definitely for this divine opportunity to be with you once more. I mean, it's been a short while, but yet still a long time since we've actually touched base. And the previous time when I was trying to do my live on YouTube, I was having some difficulties. But this time, everything is actually just sipping through perfectly. So we give thanks. As you know, we are in a 2020 time now. That's our first program for this 2020 on this calendar. So definitely we do give thanks for that 2020 time. You know, when you say you have 2020 vision, that means that you have perfect vision. So give thanks for this year, and let us make it a year whereby we will be moving on to greater things, and we do glorify the divine opportunity to actually, continue in this journey, in this mission of love and wellness with you, you know. So for the people who are live here in St. Lucia, I mean, we had the official launching of Mount Kailash Rejuvenation Center, which is our center up in the mountains in Mac. That was on the 28th, 29th of December. Yes, so basically it was a wonderful moment. And from that, we've had our Journey Beyond Wellness, and we've had a couple of other activities as we've, just fully launched the center. Mount Kailash Rejuvenation Center up in the mountains in Macbexon. Officially launched, but it is something that we have been operating for a while. So this year, we hope this year to be a year of further enlightenment, a year of prosperity, a year of harvesting, a year of receiving, and reciprocating that receiving. We don't want the parasitic mentality, that mentality whereby people just believe like they are parasites and they just take from others and they give nothing forward. Definitely let this year be a year of giving and receiving. They say, blessed is the hand that giveth, not the one that taketh, So give thanks for that giving heart. And it is also important that one receives, because when you give, if every time you go at someone's home and they give you food, you tell them you are right, you don't eat their food, and every time they come at your home, you give them food and they eat your food, right? So it seems like as if, they can eat from you, but you can't eat from them, So if you really know that whatever you have in your food is up full, and it's not that the person is cooking something that you're not supposed to be eating, whatever. I mean, I personally don't eat out. I won't eat at anybody's home. You understand? But the person have a right to say, well, they won't eat at my home too. I mean, that's their right. But at the end of the day, if someone eats from you, and if you eat from someone and when they give you, when you give them, they don't eat from you, then you have to ask yourself a question. Whether that person there actually trusts what you're giving them. So it is important that any relationship is symbiotic, meaning that you give and you receive a balance. So today, I mean, definitely, as it's our new program, I just want to give you a highlight of the different things that we have been doing on Mount Kailash. I mean, definitely, those people on YouTube, you won't be seeing the videos that I'm playing, but I will just be playing some videos right from our Instagram, which I just opened up an Instagram account, Honorable Priest Kailash, so you could look it up specifically, and then you could see the same videos, because I'll be running some videos on the screen that is basically our herbal tours. So I'm just going to show a couple of clips of the herbal tours that we had with some people that was there with us, and we had a wonderful time. We had a group of nurses coming in from the United States. I mean, they had a wonderful time. I'm just going to run some of the happy moments we had, because we had some very happy moments, right? We had some very happy moments, and there's some profound discussions, and I do give thanks I do give thanks for the entire group that actually came, and I pray that the Creator help them to actually achieve whatever it is that they work in those achieving. As we know, being a nurse is a noble profession. Whatever the doctors want run from, the nurses have to run too. So we give thanks for the nurses. So what I will do, I will run a couple of clips. Right now it is 6:41. I think that we'll just go through, and I don't know if we should take our intercession now, because normally we take it at 6:50, or whether we should just go through and take it at 7. I'm waiting for my technician. Okay, so we're going to go through, and we're going to take our first intercession at 7. So just this morning, I just took some clips, some short videos on a couple of herbs, and a short view on Mount Kailash. So I will just probably share. Okay, I'll share this video of this herb. It's a herb that we should know it, but it's a herb that actually grows wild up in Mount Kailash.
Rastafari, give thanks for life and a mighty life giver. The herb we are looking at here is what we will call the Flemage wheat, or the indigenous clover of the St. Lucian nation, or all through the Eastern Caribbean region.
So I don't know if you see that herb here. It's what you call the Flemage wheat. That's one of the herbs that specifically is utilized right here in St. Lucia. It's something that we utilize profoundly in the whole realms of what you would call prostatic problems. The majority of men with prostate problems who might not know of that herb, you could look at that herb there. They call it the St. Lucian red clover. The St. Lucian red clover. And that herb, I just give you a highlight of it. It's called the Flemage wheat. It's a purple flower plant. Is very rich in sulfur, very rich in magnesium, very rich in zinc, and that's a herb you could fundamentally utilize. You could utilize that herb there specifically to detoxify and cleanse the blood. Good for kidney, good for the removal of kidney stone, good for urinary tract cleansing, but specifically very potent immune system booster. Right. So one of the things we did in our tour, we had a little trip by I really cannot pronounce the last name too good, so I'm just going to call her Sister Barbara. She and her group. So we had a wonderful trip with them. So I'm going to show some of the things. Okay, like we prepared cocoa tea to demonstrate the local cocoa tea. So on the screen here, what you'll be seeing is...
Come and have a look at the cocoa.
I'm going to mute it, right? So you're going to see... That's up in Mount Kailash, where what we utilize is the clay pots. So you could see that's a clay pot we utilize, and then we have what we were showing is the cocoa tea, and we were showing the oils, the nutritious oil on top of it, and that's a group of students from a nursing university. All right, so specifically doing transculturalism, they said, transcultural nursing, where they actually came to get exposed to the whole aspect of the natural medicines. Also, how is it the natural medicines could actually be utilized. So we had that set of people here, and one of the things we also did with them is that we had them on a herbal. That one there was quite enjoyable, because normally when groups come, because we have different groups of people that actually come, and when groups come, what we do, we basically have what we call herbal tours or walks around the entire property, whereby they get the opportunity to see. But it was muddy and rainy, and and we were having a ball, trust me. So it's basically groups and people, all types of people, are invited up into Mount Kailash Rejuvenation Center. We have different schools coming, we have different institutions coming, we have all types of professions, all types of people actually come to actually see the different herbs, to utilize them, to see how we actually prepare different types of things. And it is something that in St. Lucia that we've run from when it comes to the whole aspect of our indigenous culture, meaning the things that we actually were utilizing. Okay, so even in the mountain, all right, our ovens, our ovens specifically. We utilize wood fire ovens. So this is like what this one here is, a little clip of our clay oven, wood fire oven within a royal circumference, basically what you'd call a pizza, royal circumference. Definitely we're not gonna drop it right on the ash as they would do on TV and thing, but that just cooks very quickly. That's strictly plant-based, but it is done in that spirit of love and affection, because what we want to present specifically to the people, right, is the wholesome, authentic things. It's just that what we are doing, we are actually giving them an opportunity to actually, sup with us. And this here is when I think we were beginning one of our herbal tours, and that's the group of people here from Journey Beyond Wellness. So you have a group of people specifically going through the herbal tour, and this is what a tour whereby the people who actually go through the tour, they get a certificate of participation, meaning that when they go through the whole herbal garden and they spend that time, 7 or 8 days on Mount Kailash, right? That was a Journey Beyond Wellness, and they go through the herbal tour, herbal preparation. They leave with a certificate of participation in that activity. So at Mount Kailash Rejuvenation Center, specifically, we have gone to the lengths of actually creating that divine space, even the Domboyadite, right? The things that normally, as our people, would have been running from, we have to begin to run back to them, because that is exactly what it is that we are coming forward to. We are coming to the time whereby the knowledge of our grandfathers and our grandmothers are becoming so significant once again. I have not gotten any blessings from my people on YouTube yet, man. I think that we've been away from YouTube too long. What happened to our YouTube viewers? They are not even sending a blessing. Most times, is the chat thing off or something? Normally, I would have gotten a blessing from my people already. I have not seen any of the blessings from them. Okay, so give thanks, Honorable, for all those of you who are watching us. But on Mount Kailash Rejuvenation Center, the whole divine purpose is to bring us forward to this original wellness. That wellness that actually means that you go to the root. So it's not like you go halfway. So the bulk of our feces prepared in our retreats are prepared on wood fire, stone fire, and our bakings are done in clay ovens, wood fired. The waters that's used up there are waters that are actually coming specifically right from the flowing spring on Mount Kailash Rejuvenation Center. And definitely we are in sustainable, they call it sustainable development, ecologically sustainable. So we have water harvesting and solar energy. So we've been having some positive developments up in the mountain, and we are looking forward to actually bring it up to the fullness, which is basically what we would refer to as revolutionizing the healthcare system. As we say, there is no reason at all, no reason why someone's supposed to literally, be sick and then end up in a hospital, right? And then in that hospital, all they see around them is death, suffering, and grief. So it is important that whatever it is that we are doing as a people, that we fully understand it to the extent that we are doing it because we love to and because it's for the positive upliftment of our nation. So the whole concept of MKRC, Mount Kailash Rejuvenation Center, it is to create that space, that sacred space, that clean space, that space where you hear no noise, because we are in the jungles. We are right in the forest, and so you don't really hear when a vehicle is passing. You don't hear any of these things at all, right? All you see specifically, right, is exactly, the natural aspect of things. You don't have no neighbors, so what you see is probably the cottage next to you, because we have several cottages up there, so you might see the cottage next to you. But at the end of the day, you won't see any neighbors. You won't hear no vehicle passing and blowing horns, no loud music, none of these things there whatsoever. So it is very important, very, very, very important, that as a people, the things that we actually grab hold to, right, is what uplifts us, what makes us better. And many people, just follow fashion. And many people just follow fashion just because they hear someone say, and they don't even take a time out. They don't even take a little time out and say, well, look, I'm going to take a time out just to look into this carefully. And after I've looked into this carefully, I'm going to make a decision into exactly what it is that this thing there is really about. But people just want to jump and follow fashion and all them type of things there, but they don't really understand fully exactly what is happening. So it is important that as a people, that we take a time out for ourselves and we embrace our knowledge. We embrace what our grandmothers have taught us, because nowadays, trust me, everyone is basically going straight forward to the same thing that we used to do before. The same calabash, right? The same calabash, the same everything that people used to talk about, the same thing we have to go to. So the same thing that they used to actually crucify the Rasta man about, the same thing that they used to specifically make him feel like he's a madman for, the same thing the world going to. The same marijuana, right? The same ITAL, the same plant-based, the same ecologically sustainable living, the same spring water, the same linen and cotton and only natural fabrics, the same thing the Rastafari have been preaching for years is what is coming to a reality. A part of our journey beyond wellness also incorporates a visit to the Livity Food. So that's a group there at Livity Food, and they asked me a question about alkaline.
Hybrid, right?
It's not a hybrid, it's like a stash. If you blend it and you just look at the bottom of it, it's stash. Which food is not hybrid, man? Everything is hybrid. Even the kale, they always eat kale, but kale is hybrid. You have hybrid kale, you have hybrid lettuce, you have hybrid avocado, everything have hybrid. Right? So it's not really about hybrid and low breed. Right? It's about understanding what you're getting from what you're eating. And then also based upon your specific location. Right? So I might be in London and I'm walking by the train tracks. And I can get wild blueberries, wild red raspberries, all these things wild growing. Like the train tracks, wild, like blackberries. Right now the red raspberry leaf is very rich in iron. Right, so if you are in that space, you could use red raspberry leaf, red raspberry fruit. You don't have to go and eat something somebody sell you and it grows all the way in South America. And if it doesn't come in the boat, then you're starving because you have a list of 5 foods that you have to eat from.
Yes.
Right? So there are millions of millions and millions of herbs that are wild. Like millions, like billions of species that are wild going out there that people don't even know about. Right? So I'm not the one that believes in one list of herbs. So that's the alkaline list. I don't believe that. Right? There are herbs that the people that say that they are alkaline they don't even know about. And if they come to St. Lucia and say, but you know what herb is that? No, they don't know. It's not on the list, I'm not going to use it. But that herb is an authentic, original, ancient herb. And for the trees, right? So there's nothing like alkaline and this is not, all the 99.9% of all the food you buy from a supermarket, they are hybrids. Right? So if you really want to be like a wild person, you have to go in the wild, right, and eat wild, okay, wild foods, and you can't do that, and it's better for you. Yeah, right. So then, if it is that you are in the city and you want to eat broccoli or you want to eat lettuce or you have to understand the food science, whereby you could combine your foods and deliver your foods in a way that's wholesome to you, right? Not restricting yourself to particular guidelines that get you sick, because many people get sick. They just dry up because they can't get none of this and none of that, and they dry it up. When the wind blows, they go this way, the wind blows. Alright, so you have to be true to science and true to yourself, right? I mean, the best way is to eat what you grow. It's the best way, right? And even when you grow stuff, and you use, let's say, you growing.
Well, give thanks. I mean, definitely our YouTube people might be saying that we are silent there, but I was really running another clip there that was being shown on the national television, so I couldn't be speaking at the same time. As you know, we are live streaming on YouTube, and also we are doing Calabash Television live. So that's a group of people who actually came in. They normally come into Journey Beyond Wellness, I mean, definitely it's a retreat program that we have specifically, and that program is a program that takes people, you know, all through the whole aspect of what we are doing in St. Lucia. And then what literally happens is that because of these tours and these consistent
sodium that goes out
these trips, what people do, people become more enlightening, and people start to change their lifestyle, and they move differently, you know, because it's very important that we understand these things, so that the majority of the things that our ancestors use, these things, they are wholesome things. Very, 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 very wholesome. So I am just showing our people on YouTube here, I'm just showing our people right here that, okay, look, you know, we are definitely recapping on our journey beyond wellness. So at least they could see what our people does actually get when they come to Mon Kailash, right? So definitely we do give thanks for this divine opportunity, as we had a very wonderful session this year with the group that we had. And I'm going to run a clip here, but that clip here is from a previous group, but just to give you an idea, you know, of exactly how things go. It has a very strong pungent smell also.
The more red it is, the more potent it is?
The more red, well, the more, since it's Joseph's coat, the more diversified it is, the more potent it is, right? Yes. All right, so that's the cashew tree. You know cashew plant? Have you even eaten cashew before? Just smell the leaf. That's a cashew plant. You see, many people have heard of cashew, but they've never seen cashew. So you see, many, even on our herbal tours, when we just show someone a cashew tree or a cashew leaf or a cashew plant, I mean, it's like something completely different to them, because many people, you might think that they know certain things, but they don't know them at all, right? So many of the herbs that we actually show people are herbs that they themselves have never, ever, ever, ever seen. You know, so it is very important that plenty of things we don't take it for granted, because some things we take for granted, and many people, the only places that they actually see these things is when they see them on what you call on the supermarket shelf. All right, so that is one of our patchouli. I'm going to show you a clip there. I think we have 10 more minutes before in this. A clip here of one of the patchouli patches on Mon Kailash. That here is the patchouli. Okay, so that's patchouli. That's how the patchouli actually grows.
Is that in the tea this morning?
Yeah. So the patchouli is the #1 herb for any gastrointestinal condition. Anything to deal with gas and indigestion and high levels of mucus, right? The patchouli is #1 for that. Removal of gas, anything gastric, any problem gastric, any problem gastric. But how you utilize the patchouli is, it must be very intense. Most people with gastric issues are people who are very indisciplined, people who don't eat on time. So you have to get these people into the rhythm of repeating something consistently. So how we advise people use patchouli is like, if you have a big flask that goes about a 1.5 liter of hot water, you stuff it up with the leaves of the patchouli, almost to the brim. Then you pour over the hot water. You close it, and every 2 hours you drink a cup. So you must develop that kind of habit of drinking it every 2 hours. What this does within a period of 7 days, it actually allows your gastrointestinal tract a time period to actually heal. Right? So most people with gastric problems, they start to get pain and nausea and all these things almost every 3 hours. So just before breakfast, just before lunch, just before whatever time. So you use the patchouli with that understanding. So before it actually begins to happen, you already drink the tea. So it allows your stomach that time to actually heal. And very good for flatulence, helps you to remove gas. And very good to clear space also. So it's a herb that you could burn to clear space. If you want to clear space, clear space.
Should the leaves be dry to clear space, or you can use them?
All right, so give thanks. I mean, definitely. So this is one of the herbs and the species that we have on Mount Kailash, because the majority of the herbs that we utilize actually grows wild up in the mountain. So it's not like, and whatever other herbs we utilize are herbs that we wildcraft, meaning that we have to literally, go into the wild and actually get these herbs there, because you don't really believe in the cultivation of herbs. Yes, there are herbs that you could grow, like herbs that are your foods, like your lettuce and your chives and these are herbs. Your parsley, that's herbs. But what we must understand is that the great majority of the herbs that we actually use in our medicines, these are herbs that grow wild. So we do lots of wild crafting, meaning that we don't plant or cultivate the herbs. We go into the habitats, the area where the herbs are the most popular, and that's the area that we actually get the herbs from. So it is very important that we have that full understanding, because if it is that you don't understand that, what happens, right? What happens is that you would just be trying to plant all kind of things, but not understanding that the herbs that actually grows wild, the wild growing herbs, that's the herbs that would have the greater levels of minerals, are the more authentic herbs, than to say, well, you are farming a herb, or you are farming none. Okay, so the majority of the farmed herbs, or the farmed foods, these herbs there, or these foods there, they don't really last long, right? These herbs, they actually just they die. So for instance, in the mountain we have sour orange trees that grow all year round. So that's our sour orange trees, they grow all year round. They don't stop bearing. So every time you go, you could get a sour orange for you to make a sour orange juice. And if you have an orange tree in the forest, or them lime tree, or even a tangerine tree, these trees, they probably would just rot and die and dry out, not like the sour orange tree. So they actually use the sour orange tree. They actually use the sour orange specifically, right? They use the sour orange just to actually graft other trees onto it, to specifically get them to actually survive harsh conditions. So it is important that we understand these things, that there are different types of herbs. Yes, there are many herbs, but it is important to ensure that the herbs that we are actually consuming, right, are herbs that are actually grown on the wild. Because it's not like you looking for herbs that people actually fertilize and force to actually grow. So in whatever area that you are in, I remember when we were in London specifically, right? When we were in London, I mean, we were able to see plenty herbs there. Even the how you'd call that, the burdock, the yellow dock, and all these different herbs there. We actually saw these herbs there, right, growing wild all around the place. So it is important, very very important, that we understand that within our environment where we are, that these herbs there also actually grow wild. So what I would do, I would see, let me see, before the intercession, as we were talking, let me see if I could there is this clip. Let me see if I get that clip here in Lewisham, where we actually Lewisham, that's in the United Kingdom, where we actually had that the herbal presentation. Okay, right. So normally this lecture here is a lecture in the UK. All right, and that lecture, you could see that what we have on the screen again, please. What we have on the screen here, even if I have paused it, is basically a setup where we normally, in our lectures, what we have all these herbs. They are wild herbs that we actually harvested right in England. So you'd have the yellow dock, the burdock, the fennel, plenty herbs, dandelion, plantain. All these herbs, they actually grow wild, and we would show the people the herbs that grow wild in the area. And also we do food preparations. So we'd always do a cocoa tea or a sea moss or something with the people, so at least that they could see exactly what and how to utilize certain things, right? So our trips anywhere in the world is to actually educate people on how to use the herbs that's in the appropriate surrounding. So people don't really get get comfortable. So you're so comfortable in going to the herbal store that the herbal store people can sell you something that they call something that is not really something, right? So I have experienced that myself. I've been to a herbal store in the UK and asked for Vervine and get something completely different. Why? Because I know Vervine. So what about a person who doesn't know Vervine? Right? So if the person does not know Vervine, that means that somebody could tell them anything that they want, and that person there can literally get fooled. Okay? And you could be buying something that you think is something, but it is something else. So it is very important that whatever your environment is, wherever that you are, whatever that it is that you are doing, that you take a time out to find out exactly what the herbs that grow around you are, what properties they have, how you could utilize them to actually uplift your physical structure. So we do give thanks for this, because it is a very important. I remember being right outside of a herbal shop, and most of the herbs that they are selling right in the herbal shop, right outside on the streets in London, you could see plenty of the herbs that are growing right on the roadside. And you would see more fennel, what they call lani, which is very good for digestive issues, growing wild on the highways in London, wild on the roadside, wild dandelion, plantain, yellow dock, burdock, and these things that grow, rose hips, all these things that just grow as if it's elderberry grow like it's bush, like pest, like weed, and people would still go to the herbal store just to buy it because of that level of ignorance, that they just don't know exactly what it is. So it is important that even in St. Lucia, that the message that we bring across from MKRC is one whereby we educate and uplift people on their appropriate surroundings and how it is that they could actually utilize the things we have in St. Lucia to help them to naturally eradicate disease. And for now, we have a lot more foreigners and a lot more people from overseas actually coming to our center than our local people. So the interest in the herbs, are more from people overseas than from people right here in St. Lucia. I'm not saying that there are not people in St. Lucia who have that interest, but I'm saying that the people who actually patronize us are more people who've seen us on YouTube or heard about us and come looking for us all the way in St. Lucia, groups of them specifically, right, to see how they could uplift themselves, right, and see how they could naturally eradicate their disease condition. So it's not like we're preaching, we're just teaching. So you always have to go and study and find out that whatever we're telling you is the truth and nothing but the truth. We do for one intercession. When you come again, definitely we're going to continue. Give thanks. Blessed.
What makes a great sign? Simplicity, creativity, huge and loud, small and quiet. At Excel Sign, we help clients all over St. Lucia create the perfect sign for their business needs. Our printing takes place right here with state-of-the-art machines to get the job done at the highest quality. We specialize in a wide variety of pylon signs, vehicle wraps, channel letters, billboards, 3D letters, and lots more. Designed to have high visibility, longer life, and great value. Call or visit Excel Sign today and find out how we can help your business express itself. Excel Sign, taking science further.
It's your money, so it's okay to ask your service provider about training and certification to protect you from illness and injury. Certification provides assurance that proper hygiene and sanitation are in place. The St. Lucia Bureau of Standards is looking after your interest. Engage us, it's our job. Call the SLBS at 453-0049. SLBS, making quality and standards our way of life.
My sisters, come let us go. Massy have everything for you. Quality goods, the best for true. Massy, you can live. Come on. Go in Massy stores cause they're leading. Massy stores have everything. Appliance and grocery shopping. Massy stores they have for you. Like you don't understand, well hear me. Massy is the best in the country. No other can do it like Massy. No, baby, no. Massy stores, come let us go. Massy have everything for you. Quality goods, the best for true. Massy looking man. This is Farmer Nappy from Massy Stores. Our family serving your family. Come on. Na 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 na.
Yes, definitely we do give thanks for life and a mighty life giver, definitely, as we do continue with our week recap on the Journey Beyond Wellness, which we just completed right here in St. Lucia. And also we do give thanks for this divine opportunity to actually be here with you in this new year again, because this year it's a wonderful year. You know, I mean, definitely, as I say, it's 2020. You know, it's whereby everything is perfect, you know, everything is real perfect. 2020 vision. If you have 2020 vision, that means, man, I mean, definitely, that's it. You don't have to, you see perfectly. So give thanks for this year. I pray that people actually have that positive energy, because, you know, right now, even in our whole medicinal practice or craft that we do, you know, we just encourage our clients when they come to us, at least that they share something proper, some positive story, you know, not something whereby you come and then it's just bare negativity and then you're just not really, you know, sharing some positive news, because people only come to the doctor when they're real sick. They only come to you when they're about to die, you know, and then if it is that things get good with them, they would never call. You right? They would never, ever, ever, ever call and say, well, things better, you know. The slightest chance that they get with you, what they're going to do basically is start to complain. The slightest chance that they get with you, they're going to start to complain. You know, so it is important that we demonstrate that spirit of gratitude whereby we try our best to actually give thanks. You know? So give thanks, give thanks, give thanks, give thanks. You know, don't just be there and just complaining and whining. You know, because when you do that, that means that your whole life, right, just because it is that you are focusing so much on the negative aspects, what it is that what's going to happen is that your whole life is going to manifest around the negative things that you're actually doing. You know, so even for our people in St. Lucia, well, I'm just giving you an idea of some of the things that we just did in the ending of last year, because you must understand that the works that we do, and it's not that you don't have to tell us that we have to do it here again, you know, because it's not something that we have to do here again, because a lot of them things that we do it here already, you know. So it's just that we're just showing you that these are the things that we've done here and we're still doing in the world, so at least you understand exactly where the work going to. Because what we're doing here in St. Lucia, I mean, our work is an international work. It's a work that we do internationally through 4 wings of the earth. So you must check it and see. So this one here is our end of year trip to St. Martin, and when we had one of our cooking sessions. All right, so that is basically when we gathered the people, and I think the first thing that we did probably was let me just get you some straight action so you could see, because the people actually cook some wonderful feast, man. Some wonderful stuff. Right, so what we would do is just bring a group of people together, and then we go hand in hand with them and teach them how to basically prepare different types of foods. Let me get some volume. All right, so I'll just scroll through it.
And you're going to measure.
Okay, so let's go to this point here.
Lettuce, cherry, tomatoes. Everyone.
So what we're doing here,
chop the lettuce and your cherry.
Preparing a cherry tomato and lettuce salad. All right, cherry tomato and lettuce salad. The video isn't 100%, so we have to teach people how to use knives and all.
That you put no meat in it. Fingers.
No fingers?
No fingers.
No, he mean don't cut your fingers. You need your fingers.
Take your time. Take your time. And remember, it's the movement of the knife that cuts the. It's not how hard you slam the knife. It's just move the knife. The movement of the knife that cuts it. As the knife flows. So just make the knife flow. Flow and shift it forward. Make your knife flow. Flow.
So this is just the salad preparation. Let me just try to get to the point when people are tasting the salad, because let me see, I think I passed that one here. When salad is ready, because they have to do the dressing and everything, you know, man, and then mix up and taste the salad. Most people, when they taste the salad, they actually eat up all the salad, you know. Because, and most times, you know, people tell you, well, salad doesn't really taste good, and it's difficult to eat salad and all these type of things. But after they had completed that salad, because we did salad and then you know, and the dressing is basically where we actually pounded everything in the what they call the pilon, or the mutton pistol, you could see there, and we made that dressing and we dressed it.
Now, just it's supposed to taste salty. Hold it. Taste it.
Can you prepare this?
It's better because what you're going to do? Taste it. Then you're going to add put the oil. Okay. Put the oil. It is salty. It has to be salty. If it's not salty, it's not good.
Tell me when to stop.
All right, stop. So then we use that. You mix the oil in, and give me a lime. One lime. Just roll it up and cut it in halves.
Okay.
So remember, it's a dressing. It's not like you're going to just eat it like that. So it needs to be salty. It has to be salty, because it's going to mix in with your salad. All right. So you put 1 little teaspoon.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So it has to be salty.
Like a vinaigrette.
Yes.
Yeah. So just squeeze some lime juice.
Yeah, so basically that's making a nice vegetable salad, and you could see some people tasting.
All right, so let's cover the salad.
And when they start tasting,
Put on the side.
I mean, everybody is just like eating. She's tasting, but
Cover your salad and
she's
put it on the
eating.
side.
Everyone that's tasting it is just eating because
You're not going to stop, you
of
know.
that same salad that people normally do taste good. You know, so you have the salad, then you do stir-fried quinoa.
No.
You know, so it is very important to understand that the process of actually changing people's whole lifestyle, their whole perspective about wellness, the perception about wellness, the work that we have done all around the world, is a work that basically has been going on for from 2006, 2007. You know, so that's about 13 years, you know, since it is that we have been doing that work. And the work has taken us to many universities, many schools, to many different countries. And the impact of the work that we have done around the world, I'm talking about all around, all corners of the globe, you know, is very profound. Meaning that right now, you see, when at a point in time when people used to talk about vegan, you know, we used to have like a vegan restaurant, and right now you just say we have food of 7. ITAL hotspot, because we realized that vegan was becoming a religion, you know, so we are ITAL, you understand? So the principles of the things that we have been teaching people, even our inter-secondary school cooking classes in St. Lucia, all these things that we did over the years, all these things that were specifically designed to actually help people come to a better understanding of themselves, right? So when you see people are able to actually prepare good looking food, good tasting food, right, and they could actually do these things there and love it, you know. So this here is like a quinoa, broccoli, nori, you know, stir fried in coconut oil. And what we are doing, we are promoting our local coconut oil. So even before that, we did a cocoa tea and a sea moss. So right now, the St. Lucian sea moss And the St. Lucian cocoa tea or the cocoa stick is out there in the world, and everybody actually praises that and want to use that, right? Just because of the sharing of that knowledge. So the things that we might be considering here in St. Lucia that are not good, that are for poor people, right? Trust me, these same things they are being embraced internationally by a wide variety of people, you know. So last year was a very successful year for us. It was a year whereby we did a lot of works and we reached some high levels when it came to the whole aspect of the rejuvenation center in the mountains. So right now we are officially open, and this year we are looking, even if our TV programs, to have more interactive programs. So you could see right here is the chickpea stew. We was to show them how to do a chickpea stew. You know chickpea, which is garbanzo beans. They were doing a chickpea stew there, and I mean all these things that came out very, very delicious. Very, very delicious. So that's people who might not have never believed that they could have actually cooked, you know, a chickpea stew properly, you know, just because we went forward with them step by step, step by step, step by step. We actually educated them in that realms. So I'm saying that it is not something that we've only done in St. Martin. Remember, you know, we've had inter-secondary school vegan cooking competition in St. Lucia. We had a cooking program in St. Lucia. We used to have cooking classes. We used to do all them things in St. Lucia. But at the end of the day, people just forget them things there real fast. So they might see this and they say, hey, why Priest Kid actually doing that all around the world and never do it in your own country? I'll tell them whatever. Okay? So that here is the feast. That, you know, that their complete feast that they have there. Right?
Try to mix up your things. Mix up your thing. Mix it up. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah. How is that? Delicious. How is it, sister? All right, so remember, it's something that you prepared for yourself. You good already? Tell it up. All right. Yes, you went all around here to hide, right? How is it? Greater?
Wonderful.
Yeah. How is it?
And the broccoli is crunchy and nice.
Nice. So the broccoli is not too overcooked?
No.
What about yours?
I'm giving thanks. It's good.
Give thanks. Give thanks. Yeah. So right now you could be on your own program by yourself as time goes by. So that's a real thing. So
Where you buy this? Where you get this? What is called this?
Nori supermarket. Now don't make me advertise. Alright, so remember that whatever you have learned here is a principle that you could add in everything that you do, and you could use green figs and stir fry the same and make it taste good. Alright?
Love, love, love.
Love, 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 man.
But the brother is saying love, love, love. That's one of the core principles in whatever that we do, you know, is teach the people the principles of love. So cooking food is a fundamental principle of love. As we say, never eat food from someone who's upset. You know, that person there must be spreading love.
Bless.
Bless, man.
Bless.
Give thanks.
Well, sorry about that, a little clip here, but I mean, you know, sometimes when you have to be doing so much, you end up doing almost too much. Yes, give thanks definitely for this. I mean, this here was just one of our programs in St. Martin, you know, so it is important that you understand that the works that we do internationally is not just a work that is just happening in St. Lucia, you know, it's a work that happens throughout the world, you know, and you mustn't get confused and believe like it's something whereby we are trying to force something on you. No. The real purpose of what we are doing is to educate you, is to help you as a person to see how it is that you could uplift yourself, how you could make positive changes, how you could grow yourself into a wealthy, healthy person, not just that you are just following something because you hear somebody say it. No, because you believe in it. You know, you are believing it. All right, so it's very, very important, extremely important that we actually have that full understanding, because if you don't, then you'll just be a follower. You know, you won't actually know what you're doing. You'll just be following people just because of what you hear, but not because of what is, you know. So it is one thing to actually know something, and the other thing is basically to just follow people and you don't know anything. You know, then you get really, you know, I don't want to use foolish, but sometimes people get real foolish, right? Just following things that they know nothing about. So it's important, very important, to just work towards that knowing. And it's not that you have to follow someone 100%. You know, everyone that you meet, everybody that you actually interact with is supposed to be specifically helping to uplift you as a man, make you better, right? So if it is that whatever it is that you are doing, you're not seeing progress in it, it's not working with you, then it's not good for you. Try something else. You know, because all of us are individuals that make up that whole union. So it is very important, very, very important, at least that we work towards uplifting our mental attitudes, even towards the things that our foreparents have taught us over the years, because all the things that we used to believe are bad things are things that are very, very essential to us as a people. And if it is that we don't really take a time out, pause, and show gratitude, right? Gratitude, give thanks, right, for everything that our foreparents have showed us, everything, then we'll end up just, you know, missing out. You know, we'll miss out to the extent that the majority of the things that we're supposed to be teaching our children, we will stop it just because we believe like it's bad, you know. And even many people, if you ask them when was the last time they actually cleanse out their children, you say, man, when did you cleanse out your child, right? They don't know, right? People don't know when was the last time they cleanse out their children. They don't know. People don't care. People don't do these things there. If you ask them when was the last time they dewormed the child, they don't know. You know, so it is very important that as a people, very, very important as a people, that we just check ourselves. You know, we just check ourselves and we understand that, look, that whatever it is that we are doing as a people, whatever it is that we are doing, you know, is something that is proven through what? Not just the fact that somebody come and tell you, you know, right? No, not because of that, but because of the fact that, right? Because of the fact that you fully understand what your foreparents have gone through, right? And then you understand it, you see it, right? And then you have begun to appreciate, love it, you apply it, and you understand that this thing there is good for you, you know. So we have to just really just check ourselves and understand that whatever our foreparents have taught us, these things, they are very instrumental to us as a people. And if it is that we don't take time and we don't really follow up into the things that we do, and we don't love ourselves, we don't focus on it to the extent that we apply it and we teach it to our children, we're wasting time. We are wasting a lot of time. Because if you don't start doing these things there, you are really and truly just wasting time. And wasting time is not something that we really have that honor and that pleasure to do. Because most times people that waste time, they don't even have enough time, right, to do the things that they need for their own selves, for their own upliftment. They will still tell you, oh, but man, Gasa, I never have time, you know, I never have time, you know, I never have time, you know. That's what people say. You know, so it is important that as a people, we make that time for self. We have to make that time for self. You have to make a time for self. If you don't make that time for yourself, who gonna make that time for you? You know, you have to make that time for self. You know, plenty of our people, they don't understand that they have to make that time for themselves. You know, they have to make that time for themselves. And if it is that we don't come together as a people to really see how it is that we could work on changing that whole aspect of things that we have as a people, it will just be poor for us. You know, very, very, very poor for us. Because when you go to the hospitals, when you check and see exactly what's happening to our people when it comes to the whole aspect of disease and sickness, where are we? Where are we? Where are we as a people? If you just say St. Lucia, as a people, where are we as St. Lucia, as a people, to say, well, look, we are working towards uplifting ourselves when it comes to the whole aspect of diabetes and cancer, prostate cancer, and all these different type of things. We are very far behind. We lagging way behind. There is nothing really that we are doing as a people to say, well, we are progressing. More people getting cancer, more people getting all type of disease, and at the end of the day, what are we saying? So at the Mon Kailash Rejuvenation Center, what we are bringing to you, as this program is just highlighting that, what we are bringing to you specifically is an opportunity whereby you could escape. You could move away, right? You could say, well, look, right? You are checking for yourself and you are investing some time and energy in yourself to actually help to uplift yourself, to better yourself, to know exactly what it is that you have to do to actually heal yourself, because it's not easy, because there are many things against us. Because we might believe like it is something that is simple, but there are many things against I and I, man. Many things against I and I. Many. Plenty. Right? More things are against you than things are for you. When you're going into the supermarket, 99.99% of everything there is poison. Right? When you look into the pharmacy, 99.9999999% of the damn things that would kill you. Right? So the system itself is not designed to actually uplift us. When you look at even the foods, they have synthetic flavors, synthetic coloring, they have MSG, then they give you pesticide like gramoxone and all these chemicals, everything to actually poison you. Even the plastic bottle they put the food in contains synthetic estrogen, right? Even the pots that you use to fry your plantain, the non-stick pots contain carcinogenic substances. So it is very difficult for us as a people to make it, if it is that we don't really actually have that profound understanding. We don't really check ourselves. So we really check ourselves as a people. We do need to check ourselves as a people. We need to uplift ourselves. We need to focus on our overall wellness. We need to focus on how it is that we could improve our lives. We need to focus upon how we could make the lives of our children better. Because it's another year again. So just right now we are in January. Every time you blink your eye, we are already in December. How it is, what it is that we are going to do from now on to December to ensure that probably if you're 260 pounds, that you're 200 pounds in December. Right, that if your blood sugar levels is 180, that it becomes 100 in December. If your blood pressure is 175 over 99, that it becomes 130 over 85 or 83. In December, there are things that we could actually do. There are rituals, there are procedures, there are processes. There's a way that we have to live to guarantee that, at least that we could actually better ourselves. And that's the thing that our ancestors did, our foreparents, our grandparents did. They didn't wait until they were sick to actually start to use herbs. The people use herbs every single day. Every single day, day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out. Herbs will actually utilize. You have your longette, you have your semi contour, you have your washout, you have your cooling, you have all these different things that were actually given to you on a day-to-day basis. So we never grew up drinking Milo and Ovaltine. No. You grew up drinking basilic, Fegosol, Fejoency, Ukopan, Longette, right? Zebaku, Blow Zebaku West, Dukasi Alata, right? So these things there are the things that we actually grew up using. The Tekako, right? So we grew up doing them things there. So why now all of a sudden the things that we actually grew up doing, the things that actually made us grow big and strong, for some reason all these things are supposed to be not good for you and supposed to be bad for you. And if you actually teach people of it, people actually get offended. When the whole world is actually moving towards, they are moving towards the whole aspect of of integrative medicine, complementary medicine, whereby we are incorporating everything our foreparents learned, everything that we actually learned from granny and great-granny and great-great-great-grand-granddaddy, and we actually putting it in one with science to create a working system for our clients, for our patients. Because as for me, what I want is to see patients that have been very patient get well, get healed. You know, I want to see people with cancer get healed. I want to see people with diabetes get healed. I want to see people not getting cancer, not getting diabetes, people who actually go through what you call preventative medicine, where they actually adopt proper lifestyles, not just get off by doing and following what they see people doing, but because they actually fully understand exactly what benefits it is in actually staying alive, and they value themselves. First and foremost, we have to love ourselves, right? Self-love is the first love. We are due for one intercession. When you come again, definitely we'll continue. Blessed love.
You've invested lots of time and money into your business. Your customers place their trust in you. Don't take them for granted. You want your customers to keep coming back. The St. Lucia Bureau of Standards is there to guide you on training and the certification needed to give you that competitive edge. It is more affordable than you think. Call the St. Lucia Bureau of Standards today at 453-0049. SLBS, making quality and standards our way of life.
What makes a great sign? Simplicity, creativity, huge and loud, small and quiet. At Excel Sign, we help clients all over St. Lucia create the perfect sign for their business needs. Our printing takes place right here with state-of-the-art machines to get the job done at the highest quality. We specialize in a wide variety of pylon signs, vehicle wraps, channel letters, billboards, 3D letters, and lots more. Designed to have high visibility, longer life, and great value. Call or visit Excel Sign today and find out how we can help your business express itself. Excel Sign, taking science further.
Toxic pesticide and fertilizer contaminate soil and water. Don't use that in St. Lucia, cause it put we health in danger. All junk food they importing, we just have to stop buying. Too much are we getting sick, so before an epidemic, grow, buy, eat organic. Locally, let's grow, buy, eat organic. Lucian, let we grow, buy, eat organic. When you buying food, ask for organic. 20% death in St. Lucia, already caused by cancer. This is worse than ever before, and it killing we much younger. It's a change of lifestyle we need, so this message we better heed. That you should never debate, or you too will have the same fate. Grow, buy, eat organic. Locally, let's grow, buy, eat organic. Lucian, let we grow, buy, eat organic. When you buying food, ask for organic. Farmers and the government must have one common intent: to produce food that's more healthy, reduce sickness and mortality. Diabetes and hypertension taking a toll on this small nation. For a life of great quality, let's all start to eat more healthy. Grow, buy, eat organic. Locally, let's grow, buy, eat organic. Lucian, let we grow, buy, eat organic. When you buying food, ask for organic. All of us here in St. Lucia must start to work together to conserve Mother Nature, or we'll suffer in the future. We must have a master plan, how to use the water and land. Is an urgent call to action, going out to the whole nation. Grow, buy, eat organic. Locally, let's grow, buy, eat organic. Lucian, let we grow, buy, eat organic. When you buying food, ask for organic. Grow, buy, eat organic. Locally, let's grow, buy, eat organic.
I've given we give thanks for all good things around us are sent from Zion above, so we praise for his divine love. Definitely we do give thanks for such a wonderful time. And definitely the lines are open up for you for the last 25 minutes or so, 20 minutes or so. We'll have the lines open up for you, so you could give us a call. 451-9349, 453-1730. As we just set the trend for what we'll be dealing with this year specifically. You know, so you could definitely just give us a call and let us know how things are going. If you 451-9349, 451-9349, 453-1730. Yes, caller, blessed.
Yeah, blessed love.
Yes, honorable, give thanks.
Yeah, my lion. I want to begin by first off saying I want to give thanks and praises to the Most High Jah for giving us strength to be here to guide and nourish us in the upcoming year, or in this starting year, we would say. And I don't feel St. Lucia really understands what we have in you. So I'm to start by giving, asking Jah to continue guiding and blessing and keeping you in His sanctuary continually. I have a few questions pertaining to...
Give thanks for the love, man. Give thanks, man.
Yes, man, of course,
thanks,
Congo, blessed
man.
love all
man.
the time.
Give thanks.
Yes, I wanted to ask you about a few plants I wonder if we have in St. Lucia growing wild. Burdock is one, sarsaparilla, and elderberry.
Well, we have the okay. I have burdock, right? I have burdock growing. I have yellow dock growing.
Okay.
What's that?
Yes, so you have these two growing.
Yeah, I have that.
But that's something that I cannot just find growing wild in the forest.
See, what I see is that because as I travel, it's like our elderberry here in St. Lucia is what they call the Lafledisiwo.
Lafledisiwo.
Yes, so that's elderberry. Okay, so it grows. I have the elderberry that is indigenous to St. Lucia, and I also have the one that you find in the UK. Now, the thing about it is that the berries, because they are so nutritious, right, the birds would actually, the Lafledisiwo is a plant with a white flower. People that normally grows it at the back, along the side of the house, right? That's an elderberry plant, right? And then, just ask the people about Lafledisiwo. But before the berries get out of the flower itself, the birds eat it already.
Because the birds know what's good for them.
Yeah, man. So, we do have the elderberry, and we do have the sarsaparilla. We do have the sarsaparilla growing here, and but the burdock, right? It looks like some plants that we have growing here, but the burdock is a plant that is more of the temperate, more higher up the equator kind of plant.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we don't have yellow dock neither.
Yeah, but I have both burdock and yellow dock growing. I have it growing.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I have it growing.
That's good to know.
So,
but also, I
can give you a plant when you're ready. Go ahead.
When pertaining to particular foods, because I focus a lot on the old Dr. Sebi's alkaline list, but I try my best to keep on that way of eating, actually. And there are some things that you have said a long time ago that you and him disagree on. I think garlic is one of them. I think broccoli maybe also. Not broccoli, cauliflower maybe. One of those also. But I want to ask person, do you use garlic yourself?
Well, I don't. I as a Rastafari priest of the Melchizedek order, Bobo Shanti, we don't cook with garlic nor with onion. You understand? So that is something that we do not need anybody else, because what we have to understand is that before there was vegan, because all these things, they are religions, and alkaline is becoming like a religious thing too.
It is actually very much is this.
People does like hate you just because they are alkaline, and the thing is that even in our talk in the UK, the theme was alkaline, fact, myth, or reality, and then what we did in that lecture was that we got all alkaline herbs that actually grew in the UK, and we put it on the table, and none of the people knew it. So at the end of the day, we don't really believe in a list that say, well, okay, these herbs are alkaline, because, all right, you have herbs that grow in the forest in St. Lucia, all right, like, okay, you have the guigui, all right?
Yes, I know the guigui well.
Okay, the guigui plant is not on the list.
That is true.
All right, so what are you going to tell me?
Is on the I I think, on the acid list, but it grows in the forest wild too.
Yeah, you understand? So there are plenty herbs that's not on the list that, you understand? So
Which makes sense.
yeah, I don't remember, I'm a scientist too, and I grew up and I have seen, we've had people up in the mountain blind, and we use herbs that make them see. We have women that have been bleeding. Take for instance like periwinkle, right? There are women who have been bleeding for 3 months straight, like with PCOS or some kind of a problem, and they just bleeding, menstrual bleeding, and the periwinkle stops the bleeding. You understand? So there are people with Hodgson, with lymphoma, and then the same herbs that somebody might say. So I mean that we have to just put things into perspective and remember that quinoa only comes from South America. And then if the ship stop coming, what do? You starve. Okay? So at the end of the day, we have to look at ourselves indigenously. What are the foods that we have growing here indigenously in St. Lucia? Right? And it's not that I'm not against Dr. Sebi. I like Dr. Sebi's work.
I know that. I just know that you said on previous shows, because I watch you religiously, that there's some foods that you guys...
I don't subscribe or ascribe to everything Dr. Sebi said, because I'm...
Well, I don't too, actually. Actually, I a lot with Akim, almost outline. I watch his videos on YouTube, which you also have some videos with him also too.
Yeah.
Actually, but I just wanted to ask to hear your perspective on it, because again, it's knowledge you're giving out and all about acquiring knowledge. So I just wanted to ask.
Yeah, and remember, it's about adding value. So because there are things that many people don't know that Dr. Sebi used to eat fish. You understand? So people don't know, and I mean sometimes they might hear it. There are videos on YouTube where he would say it, and then they still wouldn't hear it because they're just so caught up in certain aspects. So there are people, and then he'd tell you he knows how to cleanse his physical structure. So when someone comes to teach, like when you receive that teaching, you as a student supposed to add value, right? So as if I am teaching something tonight, when you hear it, when you add your value to it, it's supposed to become better, right? So don't just take everything anybody say and believe that's the end of it. You are supposed to add value to it, make it better, make it more effective, right? So that you drop everything you know. So I spent 7 years going medical school, right? And I'm going to throw all of that away, right? Just because of one. Nah, man, and science is very important.
Yes.
And yeah, man.
A balance of the two.
A balance, yeah, man.
Yes, my life. But Congo, again, appreciate for all the knowledge and keep doing what you're doing. Again, I hope St. Lucia understand what we have is a treasure in our midst, and I have the Most High Jah to continue to keep blessing you on your journey.
Give thanks for the divine love, man. Love, man. Blessed.
Blessed love.
Blessed love, yeah. I'm going to give thanks for wholesome reasoning, because at the end of the day, yeah, man, I mean, it's not St. Lucia. I am not, I am very patriotic. I am a born St. Lucian, and I love St. Lucia a lot. But I'm a universal being. Yes, blessed.
Blessed.
Honorable, give thanks.
I need to know what you can take for high cholesterol.
Well, you just stop eating flesh. Stop eating chicken and pork and beef and cheese.
No, but I don't eat chicken and pork. I'm very alkaline.
How do you mean you're alkaline? All right, so you drink no cow milk, no ice cream, no cheese, nothing?
No.
And your cholesterol high?
Yeah.
What do you had for breakfast this morning?
A smoothie.
What smoothie? What is in it?
Oats, bananas. I put some oats, flaxseed, bananas, and almond milk.
Almond milk?
Yeah.
You see like carbohydrates, right? You see like high carb foods, like high...
I like my dashing.
Yeah, I see all them things there, them things they are full of starch. You understand? So starch does actually convert into fats into your physical structure. Alright, so you don't just get fat by eating flesh. Right, you get fat by also eating starchy foods. Alright, so all the starches like the dashing and the yam and all them things there, you have to cut off the quantity of these things you utilize.
Banana has starch.
You see, like banana, it's like the macabu would be one of the best, right? But the banana, even when I utilize banana, I cook it with the skin on, because the skin contains a lot of the iron and also contains a lot of the fiber. So it makes it go through your physical structure very quickly, and the fiber helps to break down the soluble fiber helps to break down the bad cholesterol. You know, so try to use a lot of pustlin, what they call pustlin. They call that, how they call that pustlin in patois again? Coupier, right? Coupier does help to bring down cholesterol a lot. Coupier, pustlin, also the Zebac OS. You know, try not to fry too much. Not too much fry food. Don't put too much oil in your food. The only oil you should really use in heat is really coconut oil. No
but
other
coconut oil is high in cholesterol.
No. Coconut oil contains medium chain fatty acids. Coconut oil brings down bad cholesterol because you have two types of cholesterols. You have high density lipoproteins, which is good cholesterol, and you have LDLs, which is low density lipoproteins, which is bad cholesterol. You understand? So coconut oil contains medium chain fatty acids and lots of iodine that stimulates the thyroid, helps to bring down the bad cholesterol. All right, so try to avoid things. Do you eat eggs?
Nah, I don't eat eggs.
Okay, all right. So sometimes people say that they eat real healthy and thing, and they just leave out the thing that they know that the priest don't want to hear, you know. So I'm just asking some simple. Do you eat fish?
No, I don't.
Once in a while.
Once in a while.
Yeah, that no sounds like a once in a while. Like plenty of the things in the ocean have plenty fats too. All right, so they have fishes that are rich, that are very fatty. You know, so you have to be very careful with these things. Okay, so if it is that you want to bring down your cholesterol, go on 100% plant-based. Plant-based. That means that nothing from the animal, nothing with eyes, nothing with teeth, nothing that bleeds. All right, and then you do more like cocoa tea in the morning. Cocoa tea contains very good fats, very good for the heart, helps to bring down the bad cholesterol. And then
I thought cocoa is high in fat.
Cocoa is high in good cholesterol. So remember, see the bad cholesterol, it does clog up your artery, okay? And the good cholesterol does go into the artery, unclog the artery, and then cause the bad cholesterol to go into the intestines and you poo-poo it out, right? So there's good cholesterol and there's bad cholesterol. There's good fats and there's bad fats. All right, so you have to understand that. All right, so try to go more plant-based and avoid frying all the time, and too much bread and biscuit. Okay, so them things
So
that
if I do my own bread.
What type of flour?
Spelt flour, and I use CMOS and ripe macabre as my rising agent.
Yeah, and cocoa. Let cocoa ka lever bien, hein? Let cocoa.
Say that again?
Let cocoa ka lever bien.
Ka lever what?
Let cocoa ka lever bien.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they say it was high. It is high in cholesterol, so especially the coconut milk. I started avoiding it.
I'm sure you have locks on your head, or your husband have locks, or somebody.
I have what?
It's okay. Hotel cocoa.
Did I hear you say Dr. Sebi ate fish?
Yeah. Autant le coco gomme m'a servi cholestérol basé oh. Autant le coco. So c'est le coco, be coco tout c'est ça à factory a. Factory soufouya, be coco. Ça que pour be rouge, be coco a même. Actuellement il amène be tout cas des vieux be. Vous comprenez? Let coco passe à faire cholestérol vino. Le coco passe à faire cholestérol vino. Vous comprenez? Jamais. Il amène cholestérol à descendre. Pas faire quoi non. Okay?
Okay, one more question. Did I hear you say Dr. Sebi was eating fish, or he ate fish?
Not me, I say it, huh? Go on YouTube, he said it himself.
Oh, okay. Okay, blessed.
Love, give thanks.
Yeah.
Not because you heard the man say he eat a fish, you go and eat fish too. You know, the man, whatever he said, you have to listen to it to whatever context that he said it. You understand? So at the end of the day, you have to hear his context. And don't just follow him. You have to follow with a great level of understanding. You have to question stuff, understand stuff. Don't just follow stuff. And I don't know followers, you know, except on Instagram. Okay? Yeah. And more on partners, people that come and add value to whatever it is that we are doing. 451-9349, 453-1730. Definitely do give us a call. Let us know exactly what's on your mind, as we have about 14 more minutes. They say 10 more minutes before we seal her. Give thanks for life and a mighty life giver. 451-9349. 453-1730.
Honestly, y'all, this is how I want to be living with.
You know, so those of you who want to give us a call, give us a call. 451-9349, 453-1730. Definitely do give us a call. So, nothing to say? Alright. So we should just end right now then. I'm gonna keep silent, because probably somebody is calling and I'm not hearing, and I'm speaking so much that I'm not hearing. So those of you who want to call, I know there is no call. I'm just playing with them, my brother, because there's supposed to be a call. I mean, you know, it's a long time we did a live program, and the people, you know, every time they ask me, well, priest, so come on, give me a blessing, man. Even a happy new year. No happy new year for me? Okay, all right. I don't deserve that then. Huh? No happy new year for me? Happy new year? Huh? Okay, all right. None? I mean, if there's nothing else, then I think that I myself too have some other things that I have to go and do. So I think that probably we should just cut it a bit short today. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand why is it that people are blessing me up. Yes, caller, bless.
Yes, bless.
Honorable.
They're talking about coconut oil not good. Tell me if it's good or not.
It's very good. Coconut oil is very good, man. Very, very good.
It's very good.
Very good.
Yeah, because when I raised my grandmother, my mother, everybody was using coconut oil.
Yeah.
And now I'm hearing that coconut oil is not good.
You got mati. So you have pass every little coconut serve vegetable oil. When might the vegetable in oil? Huh?
Eh ben, must have to buy a cocoa boy.
Eh, but buy cocoa boy, you got to serve corn oil. When might corn in oil?
Exactly, my metansa.
You got to serve soybean oil. Hein?
Yeah.
Hein? Tout vie l'huile l'huile ka santé parce que vous servi. Et l'huile coco ou ça gouache coco. Piger la quitter la faire au l'huile. Vous comprenez quoi de pas bon. Just pour ça vendre vieux l'huile ba pour ça faire nous malades.
Bon, you dit about blanc. Blanc, est blanc bon aussi.
Well, là on est blanc c'est ça quoi goska gouache coco piger la faire nous ka mettre côté fin ouais. Il a fait l'huile en l'air. Ça là quitter coco là l'huile a lever l'air de l'eau.
Ouais.
Vous comprenez bon sous juste mettre en soleil là il a fait l'huile pas quoi est blanc. Vous comprenez bon ça même c'est pas l'huile qui bouille manger et puis l'huile ça quoi ça vous faites des salades vous comprenez vous prendre petit chouille vous comprenez pas bouillir l'huile ça.
Ah bon moi content dit moi ça.
Vous pas bouillir l'huile ça.
Mais yo dit bon tellement hein, na servi.
Il bon en pile, servi. Faut te faire jaillou merci vous. Merci maman.
Ouais, merci.
451-9349, 453-1730.
Good evening.
Yes, blessed love.
Happy New Year, that's what I want to tell you.
Oh, give thanks for the love, sister. Same to you.
I wish you all of God's blessing.
Give thanks for the love.
You and your entire family.
Give thanks.
And thank you for the job you're doing. I appreciate it every night when I lie down there.
Give thanks.
So you have a blessed evening.
Give thanks for the love.
God bless you continuously. Bye-bye.
Love. Give thanks, honorable. Give thanks for the blessing. Love. Give thanks, you know.
Same to you.
Give thanks. Merci. Give thanks for those people who actually call and give us the blessing, because the blessing it has sent from above, eh? So give thanks for the works. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to night, all of us are the same set of people we are. So we give thanks for that. For all the people who are watching, all the people who watched, give thanks definitely as we are closing right now. So if you have a question, we're going to take a couple of more calls and then we are going to seal up. Four 451-934-945-31730. Give thanks. Yes, caller, blessed.
Yeah. I'm calling to, if you have kidney failure, to know what exactly you have to use, the local you have to use for that.
And you're in dialysis?
No.
Well, it's a very technical thing, because you have plenty of things that you have to be working on at the same time. Number one, you have to be taking things to keep your pressure down. All right? And then still you have to, so you have to look at things that doesn't have too much potassium too, because you don't want to raise up your potassium levels. All right? So you could do a little parsley juice. You know, you could write to the Minister of Health and see whether they can make you use some marijuana. That's extremely good to prevent the nausea and vomiting. So when you have kidney failure, it's very difficult to eat because you're always vomiting. Right? And then also you have like white hands and white feet because of your low iron levels. So you also have to boost up your iron levels mystically. Right? So it's not just something where you could have like one herb for kidney failure. It's a program that you have to be guided upon to actually help you with with your kidneys. You understand? So it's not just like one thing. Yes, you could get yourself better based upon what stage your kidneys are failed at. You know, so you could have, if it's end stage kidney failure, then you are far off. You know, so you really have to have some real strong determination to actually help yourself back up. Right? But it's not just like a one herb thing that you have to take. I can't just tell you just to drink that one herb. No. It is something that you have to monitor, you have to check yourself and see how it goes. All right?
Okay, yeah.
All right, bless. So
okay, thanks.
Love, man, give thanks. So what you do, you give us a call and then we could actually see how we could assist you. Yes, 451-9349. 453-1730. Okay, all right. Well, give thanks. Yes,
Congo, I wanted to call again.
Yeah, love, give thanks.
I wanted to find out the interest cellular cleanse. Can I pick it up at the foot of 7?
Yes, you can.
Yes, I can.
Yes, you can, yeah.
Okay, all right. Blessed, love.
Right,
Thanks
love,
again.
give thanks, blessed. So give thanks to all of you who actually called today. Remember, in March, we do have a goddess retreat coming. So this one here is different than, we had Genevian Wellness Retreat, and we have a goddess retreat coming forward, where it's a retreat specifically for women. You know, and it's a 7 days, seven days from the 8th of March to the 15th of March 2020, where they'll be up in the mountain, Mount Kailash Rejuvenation Center. And, you know, we'd have different people coming from all around the world to actually present and to actually help to uplift whatever it is happening up here in St. Lucia. So just go on our Instagram, Honorable Priest Kailash. Definitely, and you could get all the information. Honorable Priest Kailash on Instagram, and you could get all the information. Give thanks again for all those who were here with us today. The Almighty God bless and keep you and make His holy face shine upon your holy face. Blessed love.